Hello again, this will be episode 2 of my series Love and Hate. And I'm sorry for my lighting, I kinda screwed it up because this lamp fell and the, the light outside changed too, so that's why it looks so dark in my background now. But my background isn't really important, it's only a poster of Detective Conan after all. Anyway, the series I'm going to review now is known as Bishoujo Senshi Sera Moon in Japanese, Fairy Soldier Sailor Moon, and Sailor Moon in other parts of the world and the United States. So let's start with the things I love about Sailor Moon. First, the manga. The manga by Naoko Takeuchi. Wow, she didn't even have an arts degree. She had like a medical degree or something, and she even so she decided to make a manga. Of course, this will be like around her second series, more or less, because her first series was Sailor V, which is basically the story about the roots of how Sailor Venus came to be. But anyway, let's forget about Sailor Venus. This is about Sailor Moon after all. So, the manga, the art is beautiful. It's been described by other artists as a beautiful way of manipulating the soft inking. It's known as soft inking, more or less. You see, it's one of very few. It's a unique style basically, because no one has ever tried that before, like soft inking. Let's forget about the inking though. The manga is so much different from the anime. The manga is basically more mature in a way. It's still funny. We still have our lovable characters, hateable characters, but there's more plot and background on it than it is in the anime. That's at first. Also, basically, Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon are kind of different in the manga than they are depicted in the anime. In the manga, you can see how Usagi-chan, Usagi Tsukino, Serena Tsukino, if you prefer to use the English, she matures, grows, and becomes a better person. Also, basically, she is the one who saves Tuxedo Mask most of the time, not the other way around as it is in the anime. Also, the manga is very sad. There is a lot of deaths, and it's not like in the anime where they come back to life. Of course, that happens a couple of times, but there are deaths that where nothing can change. I mean, where they are not brought back to life, and that's why it's more mature and a little more serious than it is in the series. And we find out about the truth of how everything is in the manga more than in the anime, because the soldiers, the four main soldiers of Queen Beryl in the anime series are actually servants of Tuxedo Mask in a previous life. Wow, mind blown. And yes, spoilers. I should probably put a warning there. I mean, I'm such an idiot. I need to put that warning. And I didn't put it in my my previous video. I didn't put that warning. I'm so sorry about that. I'll probably put the warning in the description below. Anyway, we find that the reason why there is no Sailor Earth in the series more than we do in the manga, more than we do in the anime. You need to read the manga to find out. I'm trying not to spoil as much as I can, okay? Well, some characters are depicted very differently from the anime as to where they're in the manga. Uh, for example, Sailor Uranus. Yeah, laugh, immature people, you can laugh now. That's, uh, I don't know if I even should talk about the Sailor Uranus. I should probably mention her later in the video. Let's go back to things about to things I love about Sailor Moon. The movies. Sailor Moon has a total of 3 movies and 3 or 4 small OVAs, which are very short because those OVAs are based on shorts that are in the manga. That's a good thing. The second movie of Sailor Moon is actually based on a small saga that's found only in the manga, so it's the only movie manga based that they made of Sailor Moon. The first movie of Sailor Moon, loved it. It's funny and sad because you can see how much Usagi loves Mamoru, and you can see how strong she actually is at some point. You can also see in the movies how strong Usagi is, stronger than what we usually see in the anime, but you can usually see this side of her more often in the manga than in the anime, of course. The movies are very well made. Basically, they don't affect the storyline like most anime movies are because they don't follow the manga at all. The only movie that follows the manga is the second one, as I mentioned before. I think the second movie is blah blah blah. I forgot the titles. But well, okay. Another stuff, the things I love about Sailor Moon, Usagi, is she's just a very lovable character. I mean, at first she's introduced as clumsy and dumb. She's glum. Don't hate me. Bad joke. But you can see she has a very big heart. She's basically the symbol of hope in the whole series. She can be domestic when she wants, but she's depicted as a crybaby. That's understandable. I mean, how would you react if out of a sudden a magic cat came to you and told you had to protect the universe? I mean, you wouldn't want to do that or do anything to it, no? But afterwards, she saw Tuxedo Mask saving her life in the first episode. Woohoo! I guess she decided it was okay. She grows. He matures very well in the story. She is one of the bravest soldiers in the whole series, and even though she cries, it's because she cares a lot. You don't see characters like that anymore. I mean, yes, she was very clumsy and boy obsessed at some point, but during the series, both manga and anime, you can see her grow as a person, and that's a very good thing. Okay, this well, what I love Sailor Moon, Mamoru Chiba, also known as Daring Shields in English, and Tuxedo Mask in both manga and anime. So, well, Tuxedo Kamen in Japanese. He was one of my first anime crushes, as you will call it, but not so much. At first in the series, he is a jerk, a complete jerk, the complete opposite of Usagi, and he just loves making fun of her in a playful way, which makes it very obvious that he may have feelings for her, but it's not really shown in the manga. I mean, in this anime. In the manga, there's a big difference here in the manga and the anime about Mamoru. In the manga, he is still in high school. In the anime, he's about starting college. Why such the big age difference there? I don't get it. He's in his 3rd year of high school in the manga. So, no, 2nd year of high school when the manga starts, and he is in his second or first year of college in the anime, which makes him so much older than Usagi in the anime, but they are an acceptable close age in the manga. Why did they do that? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Holy crap, they're telling me. I'll have to pass this. I'll be right back. Sorry, but I'm back. I had to go out. Do it. Because apparently I'm a human being who needs to have something inside the body to keep on moving. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, Mamoru. Which part was I in? Anyway, the funny thing about Mamoru Chiba in the manga is that basically he's the damsel in distress. Sailor Moon is the one who saves him more times than he saves her, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Sailor Moon is the one who saves Tuxedo Mask many times. Okay, let's move on. Reasons why I love Sailor Moon, Sailor Jupiter. She is freaking amazing. She knows martial arts. She is a very good cook. She's very tall, but she's misunderstood, especially in both the manga and the anime. Just because of some rumors that she beat up a lot of people in her previous school, made her an outcast and a loner. But the only one who wasn't afraid to reach out to her was Usagi. But of course she was just being herself and saw the yummy food in the anime. I don't remember how it began in the manga. In the manga, it is shown how she arrives to town and it's stormy outside. So yeah, a difference between the manga and the anime between of Sailor Moon is that Sailor Jupiter had a belt with spheres where she could put lighting in them. In the manga, in the anime, she didn't have those. But pretty much her Sailor Fuku, in other words her Sailor uniform, is still the same in both manga and anime. She still has her rose earrings, that too. Same with Sailor Moon, she had her brooch was modified for the anime, and then the choker she wears was even different from the ones she wears on the anime. It had a little more detail. And the thing in the manga is that Sailor Moon wears a mask. In the manga. In the anime she doesn't wear a mask. The purpose of the mask in the manga was basically she could see how things happen, like when her friend Naru was in trouble, she was able to hear and to see it through her mask. She was able to see what was happening in her mask, and she was able to hear it with the spheres on her buns. In the anime, they only show her hearing what happens with those buns. Both in the manga and the anime, the spheres in her buns, they do create that sonic vibration that is very acute, that affects the villains and even her surroundings. But it is only used once, like 2-3 times in both the manga and the anime, more or less. And it's only increased by her screams. Yippee! Good thing she's a crybaby. So yeah. Venus, Sailor Venus. She was technically the first scout that ever came out. She got her own storyline, her own past, which is more detailed in Sailor V, which came out before Sailor Moon. There was also a Phantom Thief in that series, if I'm not mistaken. but I have not read Sailor V yet, so I cannot really review that one yet. Since there's no anime for Sailor V, I guess I'll have to read Sailor V and then make a review about it, but it won't include any anime because there's none. Although I could probably review some parts of the Sailor Moon anime that reflect on Sailor V about it. Well, let's move on. Venus. She's a lovable character. She could be Usagi's twin if it were for the different hair lengths and color and obvious height difference, because apparently Usagi is still a little shorter than Venus. She's the shortest of them all, even shorter than Sailor Mercury, which is Ami Mizuno. Sailor Venus is Aino Minako. Jupiter is Makoto Kino? Yeah, Kino. And Sailor Mars is Rei Hino. Yeah, the funny fact about Sailor Moon. Their names go according with the element their power is, more or less. Mizuno Ami translates to friend of water. Tsukino Usagi translates to bunny of the moon, because in Japanese culture there's a bunny who makes mochi in the moon, or was it a man who makes cheese? No wait, that's US stuff. Blah. Reihino, I forgot what that translates to, but Aino Minaku translates to love for everyone, and so on with the names of the other scouts. With Chiba Mamoru, I forgot. I think his name means trust. Anyway, let's move on. Chibiusa, also known as Usagi. Chibiusa, Usagi. And in English she's known as Brini. She is just a lovable and hateable character at the same time. Let me tell you why. Lovable because she's a kid, and throughout the series she grows up. Literally, she's taller in like the next 2 seasons. The thing about it is that she's actually 900 years old, but only 9 years old in the anime. In the manga she's 900 years old and she still looks like a brat. For her age, she's pretty mature about circumstances, but she is still a child, in which it's proven that she still wets the bed. She is afraid of ghosts and scary things, just like Usagi. And yeah, pretty much about it. She has a very childish way of thinking, but she has a big heart just like Usagi. And the thing about that makes her a hateable character, I'll tell about it in a bit. Well, Chibiusa and Helios, another reason why I love Sailor Moon, is they're just a very cute couple. Helios still looks the same, and Chibiusa, like when she goes back to Crystal Tokyo, she becomes like a proper lady. Then those two might even be engaged in the future. If you watch the series, you'll understand, both in the manga and the anime. Chibiusa is a very well taught character, yes. She comes from the future, known as Crystal Tokyo. That's about the 30th or 31st century, after Earth has been going through a second ice age, and is brought back with the power of the silver crystal by Neo Queen Serenity, which, spoiler, which Sailor Moon turns into in the future. Basically, she's going to be the Queen of Earth. She's going to be our great, you could say empress, more or less. but I'm fine with that. Well, okay. Another thing about Sailor Moon is probably Sailor Neptune. She she's pretty much like me, aside from the wavy hair. She is very delicate, like not in a fragile way. She's a true lady. I'm not a true lady, just so you know. She plays the violin. She's a great artist. She's a Pisces, which means that she is very sensible, although it is not shown in the series. And how do I know that the Sailor Scouts are what? Basically, the reason they are based on certain planets is because of the zodiac signs. Something that Naoko Takeuchi planned ahead, which makes Sailor Moon and Chibiusa a Cancer. I think Ami will be like an Aquarius or an Scorpio. I don't remember very well. I'll have to research that later. But back to Sailor. But it's been 10 minutes already. Again. Goodness, I'm a slow talker. Sailor Neptune. So yeah, she's one of the very serious characters in the series, but she does have her moments, especially in the manga, something that is not very shown in the anime. Actually, in the manga, she goes to high school along with the other scouts, the same high school all together, while in the anime, they show that they already graduated college. Now, Sailor Uranus. Come on, laugh. You can laugh now. Uranus. It's such a difficult planet. Poor Uranus. She is very. She's a tomboy basically. She has very short hair. She has her feminine side, yes. She is one of the very strict scouts in the series. She's very serious about her job, and she knows her past very well. She might know about her past even better than the other scouts do. What else? Oh, she's very, very funny when she acts like a guy. And she also makes a few characters in the manga very jealous, especially Mamoru. She makes Mamoru jealous of her when she hangs out with Usagi. And it's because of her and Amichiru, Sailor Neptune, that Usagi and Mamoru suffer a little misunderstanding in the manga. You need to read it. It does not happen in the anime though. That makes me sad because it should totally be in the anime. Too bad. What else? Sailor Neptune. No, I already said Neptune. Sailor Pluto. Too bad Pluto is not a planet anymore. Sailor Pluto is probably one of the most powerful scouts. She's introduced in like this around the second saga, more or less, both manga and anime. She's basically the scout of time. She guards the gates of time in the future. She's a very powerful scout. She has the ability to stop time. That's why it's one of my favorites, but she has to pay a price for doing so. She is probably one of Chibiusa's best friends, if not the only one. She has more friends in the future, of course. And I mean in the future as in time, not the future as in Crystal Tokyo, if you don't understand what I was trying to say. Another reason why I love Sailor Moon. Sailor Saturn, the most powerful scout there is, aside from Sailor Moon, because she has the power within her body to destroy a planet, and she was misunderstood at first, seeing herself as the Sailor of Chaos, that she was only meant to destroy the Earth, but it's not that way. And the arc in the manga is sad. It's more sad than the arc in the anime, because actually, spoiler alert, in the manga, Sailor Saturn is an android. She she was in a very bad accident when she was younger, and her father, a scientist, before he went to the dark side, he made her have android to save her life. It's kind of sad because her mother died in that accident. In the anime, they don't tell you much about her past, but yeah, you probably will love the manga more than the anime, but if you watch the anime before the manga, like I did, you will of course still love the anime at some point. What else? Villains. Diamond, Prince Diamond. Yeah, he is a very good. He's one of the biggest villains in the story. Actually, in the manga, spoiler alert, he does kiss Usagi a couple of times. It's kind of freaky because the only characters that have ever kissed Usagi in the anime, the only character is Mamoru, but in the manga she gets kissed by Haruka, which is Sailor Uranus. She also gets kissed by Diamond. Holy crap! It's like incredible while reading that, because if you saw the anime first, you will be like perplexed, instigated. I don't know. It's not supposed to happen, yet it happens. He's a great villain, but in the manga, I don't remember very well, but he does not die a good man like he does in the anime. Another great villain, Galaxia, because both in the manga and anime she kills the scouts, and they do not come back to life like every other soul. Of course, till the end, Sailor Moon decides to jump. Spoiler alert: does not happen in the anime, so you better read the manga and you'll understand. She jumps into the ball of space, more or less, basically a black hole, which will probably destroy her or go back to the beginning. It's only one of those two. The only way to find out what happens is you read the manga. I'm done giving spoilers. I feel so horrible for doing that. Okay, this is why I hate the anime. This is why I hate the series. Even though I'm such a Sailor Moon fan, because I do have small memorial of her. I have earrings, I have a necklace, I have plushies, and I found 2 action dolls in a thrift store. And I found, and my aunt gave me a small version of Sailor Moon too. But yeah, I'll tell you about those later. Why I hate. Okay, first, the anime. The anime compared to the manga is almost entirely filler. I'm not even kidding. Just some main points in the anime are linked to the manga, are based in the manga, and that's it. But other points found in the manga are not even in the anime. Like all those fights, all those countless fights that just get to repeat themselves over and over is basically filler, because that's it. The only points that do count, you won't even able to recognize it if you don't read the manga first. But if you watch the anime and then read the manga, you will see that there's a lot of filler either way. So I just hate filler in general. I mean, doesn't really have a purpose, but it's understandable. I mean, it was a story series, and they didn't have the need to make it exactly like the manga. If they did exactly like the manga, it would be not proper for children to watch, because there's some scenes that are not very appropriate, because Sailor Moon is technically considered seinen, which is for young ladies, like young adult ladies, almost women, because of the violence, the feelings, the psychological trauma, all the stuff. But they made it available for children because it's an anime, just because of that. What I hate about Sailor Moon, Reihino, in other words, Sailor Mars. Holy crap! In the manga she's okay, but in the anime, I hate her so much. She always nags a poor Usagi and calls her names. I mean, that's just plain mean, in my opinion. Of course, it has its funny moments, but even though they're still the two of them best friends, apparently, I don't think it's right to do that to your friends. I mean, I have very good friends, but I've never been mean to them. And if I have, I apologize. Another thing I hate about Sailor Moon, Ray's grandfather. He's just a freaking perv. Some pervs are funny, like Haposai from Ranma and a Half, Jiraiya from Naruto, and there's a few more. But also, he's depicted very differently in the manga. In the manga, he's not a pervert at all. He's not a short, wrinkly little man. He's actually a tall man with a mustache with hair. He's still a monk, but yeah. Things I heard about anime, I mean Sailor Moon, Chibiusa. She's a brat, basically. She is whiny, and she has a huge dad complex. It's insane. Because of her doing the second saga, more or less, Usagi and Mamoru get separated for a while. They break up. It's technically her fault, but it was necessary for that to happen. I don't blame her for that. Another thing I hate is Ami Mizuno, Sailor Mercury. She is a good girl. I do really like her, but the reason why I hate her is because she's one of the more undeveloped characters. She has a funny moment. But she's way too studious. She's a stereotype of Asian culture, basically, that they have to be perfect students and very intelligent. It's not all that, but she's not really the fighting type like the other scouts are, but that makes her unique, yes, but I just wish she had more in her to have the will to fight. But I'll give her that she's a very good strategist and very intelligent, and she has a big heart too. Thing I hate the most? Dub. English dub. I'm so sorry guys, but I hate English dub for the Sailor Moon series so much. One, they change the names. Second, they change a lot of the dialogue. Third, they made Michiru and Haruka cousins. They made them cousins. They are so not cousins. Read the manga and watch the anime, you'll know why. They changed the voice of Usagi many times. They censor and cut episodes so much. What the freaking heck? I'll try not to swear, like I'm allowed to swear, but yeah, I'll try to keep this PG-13 at least. And the thing I hate the most is the changes to the series. Like, some of the art is very beautiful from the manga, but they didn't put that in the anime. Like, when Usagi gets to be Eternal Sailor Moon, all the other scouts also get a change of uniform. They too get wings, not just Usagi. That made me a little mad when I figured that out. They change what happened. because Usagi actually witnessed the death of Mamoru. Spoiler. In the last arc of the series, but she was so shocked. She was in denial for the whole arc. In the anime, they don't show you that. It's kind of sad. And things why I hate Diamond, one of the biggest villains of the whole series. He kissed Usagi. He kissed her. It's just too much to handle. Like, but yeah, basically that. So those are the reasons why I love and hate Sailor Moon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comment below and your comments, questions below, and if you have suggestions as to watch series you want me to review. My honest opinion. I'm sorry if it is my honest opinion. I'm not being paid by nothing, so yeah, that will be about it. Mountain Dew. Oh yeah, do you want to see the plushies and the figures? Okay. Here is Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. I got them at the last con I went. Aren't they adorable? I could have gotten the other Sailor Scouts too, but I was running out of money and these things don't come cheap, so yeah. Ooh, I love the hat. So yeah, I found basically Sailor Moon action figures at the thrift store when I went there, and I decided to save them because who knows what will have happened to them. Is a little girl got them, no offense. And this Tuxedo Mask, ta-da! Almost complete. I had to make the hat and the mask because he didn't have those. Also, he doesn't have the gloves, but I'll make them some, so he's complete. I'm sorry, Tuxedo Mask. I'm going to put you aside. I also have Serena. Oh, sorry, Usagi-chan. Sailor Moon. This one came complete. And the funny thing is why I chose those two instead of the other figures that were there is that those other figures were very, very ugly. The faces were different from those two, and this is official by Toei Animation. It says on the back of the head, and I know because I also have a mini version of this one. This one was sitting in the sun, so her skirt and so became a little purple, lighter blue, more or less. She came with a wand, so the faces are exactly the same. That's how I knew. Plus, same hairstyle, same spheres. I'll call them spheres, and also the same type of tiara. Yeah, it's also removable, but it attaches to holes in her forehead, so I wouldn't move them that much. But yeah, I got this one pretty complete. Her hair was a complete mess. I'm glad I was able to fix it. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.